Welcome back to another video. We are going to do the follow-on now for our electric golf trolley. If you watched the last video, it was about taking the electric golf trolley and making it modular. If you haven't watched the last video, go and watch that now because it'll be important when we follow on to this video. So let's crack on with this. I'm going to show you how to install the riv nuts, and we should have the motor being able to demonstrate how it'll come off and on as a modular, and we will do the handle and see how we get on with the controller. So let's get into it. So on this part of the trolley frame, we had our axle block here, and there was a nut and bolt that went through the axle block, and because that was hidden underneath the plastic frame, we needed to install this riv nut. This is coming through the other side of this, but we're going to tidy this off with a little dress cap. So what we need to do is install the riv nut in here, and the riv nut looks like this. You'll see that the riv nut will not fit in the hole because it is too big. So we're going to make this hole bigger and install the riv nut. When we're installing the riv nut, you get different size dies. It's not a die. You get different sized inserts. So the first thing you do is that you screw the insert down into the riv nut tool here. So you can see how that's going to pull the threaded part down inside the riv nut. Screw on this holder all the way in. This is also an M6. Each one of those is sized. So if it's an M8, you use an M8 thread for an M8 riv nut and an M8 top. So this is an M6. So you take the M6, screw it down on, so the riv nut's complete. Now when we pull the riv nut down, it's going to squash this bit and make this into a rivet. It's going to squash that down inside the frame and make that a rivet that we can then screw from the opposite side in the frame. When we put our screw in from underneath, we want the screw to then screw into the riv nut and hold the axle block. So this will stay on the frame, and whenever we want to remove the whole drivetrain system, like we said in the last video, we have 4 of these M6 bolts to remove from the riv nuts. They're left in the frame. There's no need for a separate lock nut, and that way it gives us a quick release. So let's get into this. So I'm going to experiment on 2 sides. So this side will tighten with an Allen key bolt, which is quite easy to really get a good tighten on. And the top side, this one, we are going to tighten with the original star. So that's the original star head. So we'll experiment with each of these to see just which is the easier one to screw in and out. I think that Allen bolt is actually easier, especially if you're being not too strong in the hands. So we need to find a clip for this, and we need to change this connection over to the waterproof connection, and then I can quickly show you then how to disconnect and reconnect this gearbox without having to take the plastics off. So let's get at this next connection then. Right, so we'll have our riv nut here holding the axle block on, and then we have our gearbox nut here, and we have one here. And the problem with this one is this is the hidden one that you could never get the gearbox off while this tray was on. So what we'll need to do is we're going to drill a hole here to allow us access to this bolt. Of course, we'll change these bolts for either star or hex bolts, but once this one and the two axles out, that'll allow the drivetrain to come off. So let's get a hole drilled in here. Perfect. So obviously we'll have to put this into the mold when we make the tray. These are just prototypes, but now you can see we have easy access to that bolt, which with this model of trolley you were never able to get the gearbox off. Because of that, you had to strip the whole tray, but now it's quite easy. We can have a hex bolt here, we can have a hex bolt here, and we can have two hex or star head bolts, screws here. So you've got 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that allows for that drivetrain then to come completely away from the trolley. One plug for the motor, and you don't need to touch the tray. So that's this bit for the gearbox. Let's have a look at the upper handle. So the handle here has a series of screws. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 5 screws there, and then you have 2 longer ones that go one in there and one in there. So 2 parts to the handle. The handle is disconnected with this black Molex plug, and this is the part where it's easy to connect and disconnect the handle. So if you had a faulty handle, for example, we would send you the complete handle unit, and it's easy then to just take the 7 screws out, 2 long ones, 5 short ones, and you can change that. But the problem is, if you wanted to change this loom in the future, it's extremely difficult to change this loom because this plug is on the end of the wires, and you would have to unpin and repin these tiny little pins in here. This is where my open loom concept will come in. So we would send the loom through the frame with the 5 wires exposed, and then we would connect them into these battery connectors, whether they're on a trailing wire like this one, or whether they're on the board to be connected and disconnected. We would need to decide at a later stage, but for now I have space in here, and I have bought these big snap connectors, so I'm going to go ahead and install these and see how that works out. So what I've actually just discovered with these is that I was hoping that these would have been soldered on to one side, and the other wire, when we show it in, we can snap closed. But it appears that this maybe isn't the right connector for this, because this really will only snap shut and hold the wire in place from the front. So what I can do is I can feed the two wires top and bottom into the one, and we can close them shut here, and this will work for our test purposes. But we would need to find a connector that is on the board, and it can either be a screw-in connector or a snap connector. Maybe a screw-in connector on the board for the final production model, but let's get these snapped in for now, and that'll allow the handle to be removed and connected, and the loom to be removed and connected. So this is a disaster. This is not going to work. It is far too fiddly to try to get the two wires into the connector at the same time. So if anybody knows what sort of connector we can solder onto here, we need a connector that we can solder onto here in the handle that allows for either a screw connect or a quick connect of the wires. We'll do a bit of research on the internet, see if we can find something over the next few days. So that's enough for today. I'm gonna wrap this video up. The next time we'll hopefully have a connector. We'll do the control box at the bottom, and then we can do a full run through. That should be more or less the buggy ready to start to test. So catch you in the next one.